Has anyone researched or dabbled in Naga magic or religion? Apparently Naga religion predates any other religion, it's even older than Hinduism and still kind of intertwines with it. Naga means something like, to slither along the ground, and has sort of come to mean snake. It seems to do with snaking rivers and bodies of water. The Naga are said to be actual beings who can appear as snakes, humans, or a combination of the two. It can be seen today in Hinduism, Buddhism, and that some human royal bloodlines claim a human-Naga reproductive interaction. When I was in India in Karnataka, around Mysore I saw a Naga shrine at the base of a tree with little stone cobra statues. Naga worship is more of a folk religion now, and women may circle a Naga shrine and pray for fertility. The Naga are said to live in ornate, golden cities beneath the ground waters. A female Naga is known as a Nagi or Nagini, and they are said to be extremely beautiful when appearing as human. These Nagi would marry human kings and she would live at the top of the palace/temple. It makes me think the ziggurat and ziggurat-like temples could have housed Naginis at the top. The nightly mating of the king and Nagi queen was required to ensure an alliance and the gifts of the Naga. I don't know, I live my life, most of the time, figuratively. Sometimes it's nothing but synchronicities. Life is all lessons, it doesn't get better, you get better. Or so they say. Snakes are shit. Bear cult number 1. So about the Nagas, they are beings who were reborn as such because they were too generous previously. Due to human activity, Nagas can become disturbed and in turn induce certain diseases in humans. To appease the Nagas one has heard, there are rituals where one offers them fragrant things and medicines. However, the Nagas are sensitive creatures and they are only active on certain days of the year. The rituals also require you to abstain from certain foods and observe high cleanliness. If you fail the ritual, the Nagas will be displeased and fuck with you more. So given that you have no idea about the procedure, best not to disturb the Nagas. Be kind and don't litter near bodies of water. No higher dimensional being likes that, even demons frown upon that. Oldest religion is snake worship. Seems kinda susd. It's not the oldest religion. We have no idea what the oldest religion was because it was practiced long before people started writing shit down. It's the oldest religion we know of. Whatever existed before that is long gone. Even white people practiced Naga faith. We know it because they interacted with India in very ancient or prehistory times. Nagas are the same type of creature as dragons in Chinese mythology. Generally they appear as guides and protectors, granting wisdom and spiritual powers, stuff like that. The European dragons might be a different thing. All I know, my bro dude, is that our pickerel isn't an oh look at that. Stone carvings, honey. It's a warning. So yeah, figure this shit out and move on. Well, it's not entirely correct. The oldest religion is animism, so people most likely fashioned cults out of what's visible. The sky, the moon, the stars, earth, water, fire. Another early theme is fertility worship and the cult of the mother goddess. Nagas are one type of mythical being, a class of nature spirit that has certain powers, but they're not all powerful. You're just a Christian who has no understanding of this topic. In Hinduism, Adi Shesha, or first serpent, is the universe and the platform of Vishnu or God. Basically that means these Naga represent the material world. The material world can tempt you, bless you, pleasure you, or kill you. That's what we see as Satan in the West. Don't be afraid of it, just understand it. The Nagas are material, like humans, they represent nature, they wouldn't like any tampering with or disrespect of the environment. I don't see what's so silly about it. This is what Poos actually mean when they say Hinduism is the oldest religion. What you're talking about, they would call Hinduism, or Proto-Hinduism. It goes back to the Indus Valley civilization and even before. Even though modern-day Hinduism didn't form until after the Aryan migration. they would count this as an old form of Hinduism. It kind of is, but it's more Shiva and Shakti than all of the modern Hinduism. Shaktism ties into the pre-Vedic fertility worship, whereas the Vedic culture itself was big on fire worship. This parallels Zoroastrianism, which itself is related to Vedic. Old Avestan is closely related to Sanskrit. Nagas are awesome. Let Brother Bartleby share with the class. In my company are, among others, 3 Naga princesses. They are perpetually youthful, vastly intelligent, and magically powerful. I'm such a fan that I pay special attention to any Naga I run across in the astral in consideration for employment in an exotic dance troupe. Nagas can appear as either half snake, lower half, or with legs to interact with humans, and not terrify them. Contra some of the prior answers, I believe Naga are not the same as Eastern dragons, but the protection of natural areas is on point. Some, such as my friends, are experts on frustrated romance, i.e. cases where political or family circumstances interfere with sincere adolescent love, Romeo and Juliet situations. The Hindu sources suggest that the Naga realm is one of the lowest material planes, but that there the Nagas live in wealth and splendor greater even than the heavenly realms. The hero Arjuna obtained a Naga wife, the Princess Ulupi. There is also a connection to the water element, but it's not as straightforward as pure water elementals / naiads. All natural waters are symbolically united, including the hidden waters beneath the earth. I personally think that's the connection water as the Naga highway that they can pass through effortlessly. Oldest known * religion in modern history *. It seems sus because it is. The beings worshipped in those religions worked hard to scrub all human history before their involvement with humanity to govern at the top behind the scenes. They are etherical parasites. The concept you know as possession is simply a ethereal parasite infection. Infected humans tend to take on reptilian features the longer they are infected, as the parasite forces its own energy onto its host. Ever wonder why practicing, and only practicing, Satanists look uncanny? Now you know why Uncanny Valley is a thing. It is a path to enlightenment and reincarnation. Very strict, corporal punishment. Think like those dudes Joey Diaz talks about from South America. Fucking Hilarious. The endless fight B/W Nagas and Garuda. You've struck upon a new hobby, boy. Go build a new religion. You don't know about any antiquity. Which is the oldest religion? Go follow your new hobby. And Nagas are not humans. Nagans are some urban legend due to Vishkanyas. Honey traps. Dumb white boy. So are these beings real? I've heard stories of Satanists' faces contorting while doing some of their rituals, but I'm not sure what to make of that. Yes, but very few left. Everything is mortal here. If you wanna come down, just come down as a human. We don't want to make what's left in heaven go extinct too. I got the book Naga Magic by Denny Sargent, and it tells you everything you need to know to work with them, especially for a Westerner. Just clean up your neighborhood and leave them bowls of water and maybe milk and honey. It's a courting process. We need literature about their culture. I've asked this question before and turned up empty-handed up. All hands on deck please. The Nagas taught Jesus when he went to the east, and his last words were in their language saying, fainting, the darkness is overcoming me. 1.54 megabytes. I'm writing this because no one else will. Nagas still exist and are what we over here call vampires. They are a subsect within the white population, and yes, their religion is the oldest, meaning that they created religion to begin with, starting with the first man and woman who were awakened from a slumber in a field over 200,000 years ago and were Nagas. You can identify someone as a Naga through the ancient art of dowsing, although you would have to specify with your intentions that you're looking for one, since someone gave almost every white person a chthonic field. He could take it off if it causes complications to the rediscovery of the Naga. You see, originally they were the only ones to possess this kind of thing, but now some kind and generous fellow extended that to nearly everyone. On another yet related note, they also have a defined yet discrete dental profile, including incisor fangs which protrude in a sharp C-like shape, giving them resemblance to the classic vampire look. They also have an organ no other race has in their lower right torso below the stomach, which allows them to process consumed blood. It helps them sleep, regenerate faster, gives a high and potentially extends their youth and life expectancy. They are all fairly autistic and so are also psychics. These people can also see their own souls rendered through the ether via 4chan's while their eyes are closed or they are in a dark room. It appears as a red flame for their women and a blue flame for their men. They are also able to participate in incestuous relationships without the offspring being deformed or otherwise defective. It was very common back in those times for brother and sister, father and daughter, mother and son to be together. Nagas are the remnants of the previous world before the flood 13,000 years ago. Most likely a colony of the ancient society who ruled Earth back then. Naga actually means vibration, as an ode to their mother civilization that used vibrations for everything. It is said that Jesus visited one Naga temple and stayed there for the most part of his young adult life. He was taught there in their language and the previous civilization history. This is interesting. It makes me think of Sumerian/Babylonian religion, where priestesses of Ishtar were supposed to be stand-ins for the goddess herself, and were required to mate with the Mesopotamian kings to ensure their city-states' continued prosperity. Sumerians, whom such a tradition originated with, are not known to have any cultural or linguistic cousins according to anthropology. Though I doubt there is any connection to the Naga, it is funny how the Sumerians also rejected their serpentine goddess, Tiamat, after invasions by Indo-European populations occurred with cultural transfusion, similar to how Vedics quelled a lot of serpent worship when they invaded India. Heroes slaying serpents is an ancient mytheme, which some suggest may date as far back as the ancient North Eurasians, 11.5 K. But it is no wonder that later Aryan cultures focused on themes of serpent slaying if the cultures they subjugated worshipped serpents. Certainly, most Naga don't know that they are Nagas. They altruistically assume they're like everyone else. In fact, it's a very deep secret hidden from most folks. On the off chance one finds out, they usually get themselves membership into a secret society. The government doesn't want it to come out because the existence of the Nagas are a direct threat to their foe and phony authority. They oppress and ostracize the Naga in anticipation of their obliteration. But that will end soon, and this doesn't mean everyone in the government is evil, of course. But I've personally been horrendously treated because of my knowledge in these regards. I just want to tell the truth, make some Naga friends and alleviate some of our collective suffering.
Saturdays for the boys. You can watch movies with the tribe on depleted uranium drive-in theater Saturday afternoons at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on Twitch TV.
Mosey on down to the Atomic Shaman Trading Post. We have t-shirts, decals, refrigerator magnets and other swag for sale. What better way to show your support for the show? Our merch can only be found on t.pub/lit/Atomic Shaman Trading Post. Like, share and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to ring the notification bell. You can follow us on Twitter at Motel and RV Park. Catch the live streams on Rumble. Listen to text-to-speech stories on Atomic Shaman TTS on YouTube.